What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to Alt Degree. I am currently taking my morning walk on the beach. I hope everybody's doing well. It is hot as hell outside, but we are getting this walk in. I feel like it's been a while. I haven't seen everybody in a while. You know, it's been like 2 weeks since I put anything up. Honestly, that's been because I've been traveling a lot. So here's what we got on tap for today. 10 days in Bali. My friend Rachel decided to come visit me. She's been in Australia au pairing for a family, and she had 10 days off, so she decided to come kick it with me in Bali for 10 days. So I did my best to show her all I could in Bali in 10 days. I think I did a pretty good job, but y'all let me know what you think. So I picked Rachel up at the airport late at night, the first night she got in, and then we headed to this bomb-ass Airbnb I rented at Uluwatu. If you haven't been to Uluwatu, then I would highly recommend it. It's one of the coolest places in Bali, in my opinion. It can be kind of more luxurious and upscale, and for that reason, it can be a bit more costly. But if you go to one of the luxurious beach clubs or bars on the cliffside, you'll see why it's worth it. You can party all night at any one of the infamous beach bars, or you could go to like one of the temples, do like a walk along the water, see some local tradition and culture, like the fire dance we went and saw. Or you can try and catch some waves at some of the hardest surf on the island and in the world. Uluwatu is known for its crazy surfing. Rachel and I got some good surfing in at Thomas Beach, right in front of our Airbnb. It was really private, pretty beginner waves, and I would highly recommend, if you're too nervous, to go on some of the more advanced level surfing around Uluwatu. But the temple is beautiful. We checked it out. I even got Rachel to take some pictures with the monkeys. They seem to really like her. You know, a lot of people will tell you about the monkeys, either Uluwatu Temple or the Monkey Forest, and the truth is, they're fun to see, but they can get a little out of hand sometimes, so proceed with caution. I also made sure to take Rachel out for a social night at one of the staple bars at Uluwatu, which is Single Fins. If you're trying to figure out where you should go, I'll tell you, you can never go wrong with Single Fins. That's where we went, and we ended up having a classic dance the night away night. We met some really fun people, some very weird people, but that's all part of the experience, right? So we spent a total of like 2 full days, 3 nights in Uluwatu, and then we headed towards Canggu. This is my favorite place. That's where I've been staying. So I was very excited for Rachel to see it and kind of give me her opinion. It used to be a surfer's town, but now it's kind of blown up into just a hub for expats, and really it's a bit more of Western culture, I think. So I feel more at home here. The food's really good, and the social scene is awesome. So some of my favorite things to do in Canggu are surf, first and foremost. Eat. I eat the best food when I'm here. I took Rachel to some of my favorite sushi places. I am a total snob for sushi. If you want a great sunset and great food, I suggest the Jai Terrace. It's close to Batu Belong Beach. Up on the rooftop, you can get relatively good priced sushi, steak even, or vegetarian options, drinks as well, all while taking in a breathtaking view of Batu Belong Beach and the sunset. But while in Canggu, we mainly just did my day-to-day stuff. I took Rachel to get some massages. If you haven't gotten a Balinese massage while you're here, then you're missing out. If you're looking for a good breakfast or brunch spot, then I would recommend Crate. It gets very busy sometimes around 10 to like 12 or 1, but if you can go in there and find a table, it's so worth it. It's some real funky stuff, you know, like I had French toast with a fried banana in between and some bacon and eggs on top. And then I also, because I was feeling crazy, I got a big salad bowl with salmon in it too, and oh my goodness. Like, who comes up with that? That's just brilliant. That's the food in Bali. I love it. Like, whether it's local food or other parts of the world that they just kind of put their own spin on here, they rarely go wrong. They can rarely mess up. We really didn't go out much in Canggu nightlife wise because it was earlier on in the week, but there is always stuff going on. Usually you could just find something either by walking around the main area or just looking online. So we spent one day in Canggu, eating, getting massages, surfing, and another day I actually booked a boat tour of Nusa Penida, which is a nearby island about an hour off the east coast of Bali, to go snorkeling and tour some of the island. I'll be honest, the snorkeling I thought was awesome. It was really cool. I've never done anything like that. We even got to dive with manta rays, which was sick. Rachel and I actually both thought that they were poisonous or like they could sting you, so we kind of kept a safe distance, but only afterwards did we learn that they're completely harmless, so that was kind of funny. But we still got some really cool footage and shots. It was actually a holiday, so when we went to tour the island, it was packed on the actual island. If you go to Nusa Penida, I would recommend maybe asking your guide like where the lesser known spots are, if there are any. We went to Kling Kling Beach and it was packed, like miserable. We sat there for an hour just waiting for a picture. Really cool, but I'd rather be on the boat snorkeling with manta rays and fish. But the water was beautiful, crystal clear. That whole experience took the whole day, about probably 8 or 9 hours total. We got food at this really cool place. I think it was Green Cuba. Infinity pool overlooking the Isle. It was beautiful. And that was pretty much it from Canggu. From Canggu, we went to Ubud, where we were actually staying in a tree house. And if you know anything about the areas of Bali, you know that like Uluwatu and Canggu, Seminyak even, those areas are pretty developed. You're not going to see as much nature and local activity, but Ubud is in central Bali. A lot of rice fields, a lot of nature, and there's a lot of local traditions and customs going on. So I was excited to show Rachel that. So anywhere in Bali you go is really cool. For me, I think Ubud has been one of my favorite spots because it's such a great mix of modern comfort with also a lot of local tradition and culture. So Rachel and I made sure that we saw a lot of what Ubud has to offer. Food-wise, I would recommend Sayuri. It's close to downtown Ubud. It's completely vegan. It's really healthy, really good. Warung Bintang, it's a little north. That's probably my favorite local cuisine if you're looking for like nasi goreng or something, or maybe a cold beer. It's awesome. Or Cyan House. It is a crazy good like Japanese Mexican fusion place with tacos and sushi, amazing drinks, and it's all overlooking this beautiful valley with so much greenery and a beautiful sunset. I would highly recommend, but you are also 100% going to need a reservation for that. So in Ubud, we went whitewater rafting and we hiked Mount Batur. Mount Batur was one of the coolest hikes ever because of the sunrise. You start at like 3 a.m. with flashlights and basically just hike up this active volcano in the dark until you reach the top. Just got to the top of Mount Batur, waiting for the sunrise. Rachel, what time is it?
It's 5:05.
5:05, 2-hour hike. And then you just sit up there and eat breakfast. We had bananas and coffee, and you just watch the sunrise, and it's gorgeous. Some days, obviously, it's not as pretty, but for the most part, it's really good looking. We had steamed bananas, coffee. Like the bananas and everything that they make, they steam them in the actual volcano. Like, it was really cool. This hike really reminded me of why I came to Bali, which was to explore like a lot of the really cool natural landmarks that this place has to offer. So it was really cool to get back to that. The rafting was really cool as well. It was pretty mellow, like nothing super hard. I'll highly recommend. After Ubud, we went to Seminyak. Seminyak was pretty relaxed, actually. I really don't like Seminyak just because it's so busy and crowded, but again, we got really good food. Went to Mexicola, of course. and really just kind of had a nice little spa day, a couple more massages, and then Rachel left. I gotta say, before Rachel came, I was kind of nervous as to what I was gonna show her and what we were gonna do. And her being here kind of showed me that there's really two ways to go about showing somebody a place. You can either have the nice relaxing route where you just lounge around all day, and in Bali that's definitely possible. There's nice places. Or you can kind of put some energy into it and go exploring. It's going to be a lot more physically and mentally taxing, but you're gonna see a lot more stuff. And that's what we kind of did. But I think it was well worth it. So thanks for visiting, Rachel. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.